Back home, in a new report by the CSIRO has revealed that only 2 in 5 Australians are eating enough vegetables. Construction workers had the poorest diets, according to the report, while retirees and those in the fitness industry were the healthiest eaters. For more on this, joining us live is Dr. Gilly, Hendrie, CSIRO research scientist and co-author of the CSIRO Healthy Diet Score report. Gosh, it sounds like most of us are failing this test. Why do you think that is? Why are so many of us struggling to eat our greens, do you think?
Yeah, so with an average score of 55 out of 100, that would suggest that there's a lot of areas of our diet quality that we could improve. Things like reducing our discretionary foods, or those unhealthy, high fat, high salt, high sugar foods. We tend to eat 2 or 3 times more than what's recommended each day. If we could move those off our plate, we would make space for more healthy foods like vegetables, dairy foods, healthy fats. And then our variety is lacking a bit as well. So something that we found was that people who have 3 different types of vegetables on their plate each night have a higher diet quality. So that's a really easy first step that people could try to do straight away.
Wow, eating 2 or 3 times more of the foods that we're not really meant to have that much of. That sounds like a lot. Did you find that there's a difference in terms of what men and women eat? I mentioned a couple of occupations in the introduction, but what else did the survey tell us about who is eating well and who's not?
Yeah, so women score better than men, particularly in the area of vegetables. And older adults have a higher overall diet quality score than younger adults. And so those people who are retired tend to have a higher, or amongst those with the highest diet quality, as well as people working in the health and fitness industry. What was interesting, though, was those working in construction, in the beauty industry. So that's an industry that we might think is slightly more health orientated. They were amongst the groups who had the highest consumption of discretionary foods and therefore the lowest diet quality scores.
Okay, now just remind us, when we talk about the dietary guidelines, what is the latest advice? A lot of us might not be up to date with it in terms of how much fruit, how many veggies we should be eating on a daily basis, and how we should be balancing that out with other items like meat, for example.
Yeah, so this tool is about assessing what people eat, so the variety, the frequency and the quantity of different foods, and comparing what people report to eat to our Australian dietary guidelines. So they give recommendations by age and sex, and we're able to compare what someone says to that and create a personalised score. So the advice probably, hasn't changed a lot. Lots of fresh foods, 5 serves of vegetables, 2 serves of fruit a day for most age groups, lots of whole grains, lean meats, and choosing water as our first choice.
Now, Julie, I see you only surveyed adults, but do you suspect that we're not feeding our kids as well as we should be as well?
Yeah, we did just focus on adults in this report. I guess adults are a key provider of food to children. So in terms of that, poor role modelling of an unhealthy diet may be impacting our children's diet, but we didn't look at that in this report.
Dr. Gilly, Hendrie, thank you for that. Some good tips there, and perhaps a kick up the pants for some of us to try and be a little bit healthier. Thanks so much.